Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is no financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in Hive blockchain, Argo blockchain, Bitfarms, Hut8, KR1, DMG blockchain, DigiHost, Coin, which is tokens.com. This is not Coinbase. A small position I bought today into Luxfolio, which is a small miner. They're starting their mining business now in the US, and Blue Sky Digital Assets, which is also a small miner. These are my three new positions here. Small positions, a little bit riskier than the other ones, but yeah, I think when the bull run continues, I think that's a huge opportunity. But yeah, please make your own research here. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Wow, very exciting day, very exciting times to be in the Bitcoin space. So, I mean, yesterday everyone was bearish on Twitter. All the bulls turned into bears, or all the traders and the TA guys, and said it's over, we're going to 25,000. Today it's very different. So we had this huge drop yesterday, and then a huge leg up here. And we are now above this 64-hour moving average here. This red line is now turning green. So it looks like support right now. We are retesting it. And we have also this triangle here as support. So maybe this holds, would be nice. What we have seen in this bull market a lot are these triangles. They break here to the downside. Then we move back in and then we continue higher. So that would be nice. But yeah, no one knows. Today, Bitcoin 8%, very, very good day for Bitcoin. The altcoins are not that good. Miners, they're all in green. We have Argo blockchain 20%. There was a huge buy today in the afternoon. Mara and Riot with 13-14%. Okay, Argo blockchain number one here with 21%. Riot, Mara doing very good. I think that's very important that the US stocks are doing well, because we have seen in the past the US stocks move first and then the others move later. So that's what we see now, because we know on these Canadian exchanges there's not enough liquidity and there's a lot of shorting and so on. So we really need now this NASDAQ uplisting here for Bitfarms, Hive and Hut8. They all three are applying for NASDAQ. And yeah, they're all lagging behind Mara and Riot today again. But I think we see what NASDAQ has a potential. We have seen this for Mara and Riot. So for me, it's just a matter of time to wait for this uplisting. I think this will happen soon. We're waiting for this for a while now, okay. But yeah, I'm patient here. And yeah, then we see what's happening here. And yeah, they have a huge potential to catch up with Mara and Riot. And yeah, I think that's great. We have tokens.com, my new investment here, very stable. Then we have Luxfolio here today up 13%, and Blue Sky Digital Assets today up 18%. So I was waiting a little bit for Blue Sky for Luxfolio, because we had this breakout here. Then we had this breakdown here. Today we recovered here, so that was for me the entry point here. For Blue Sky, it looks like if Bitcoin continues to rise, for me it looks like a nice bottom here. It was down very hard, but they acquired some hardware, so I think that could be interesting. We will see. Small position there. Yeah, let's see what's going on. But I think the more exciting news are right now El Salvador. A lot of stuff happening right now. There was this talk with Nick Carter and the president of El Salvador. And yes, things are happening very fast. And the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, said, "I've just instructed the president of La GeoSV, our state-owned geothermal electric company, to put up a plan to offer facilities for Bitcoin mining with a very cheap, 100% clean, 100% renewable, zero emissions energy from our volcanoes." So I don't think that volcanoes will have ESG problems. So I think that volcanoes are very good. This is going to evolve fast. So here we see a geothermal power plant here. I mean, that's a great opportunity for El Salvador. And I was doing a little bit research, but first here, Peter Wall agreed here with Michael Saylor that Bitcoin mining is rapidly and naturally evolving toward cleaner, cheaper, more renewable energy sources. There's no greater force for recycling waste energy and rescuing stranded energy. So yeah, the ESG topic is big right now, so we have to make sure that we explain everyone that Bitcoin mining is not bad for the ESG stuff. It's good because we use this stranded electricity. We try to use renewable energy, and we will force the industry or to grow the renewable industry faster, because that's an additional revenue stream for building a renewable power plant like solar or wind or geothermal or something like this. And this could incentivize building these renewable power plants. But back here to El Salvador. El Salvador pushing further geothermal development with up to 644 megawatt potential. So there's a lot of geothermal potential there. I mean, the people are talking about volcano mining and stuff like this. I mean, it's geothermal power plants, it's geothermal power generation. That's nothing special. We have this in Iceland, very big. We have this in a lot of countries. The interesting part here is, in this study here, they say that, they have already like 200 megawatts of installed capacity, 109 megawatts and 95 megawatts. That's 204 megawatts. And they have additional capacity here in different regions up to 644 megawatts. They generated in 2011 here 1,437 gigawatt hours, which is 1.4 million megawatt hours. So I calculated a little bit, and yeah, I see that approximately 80% is full load hours. So it's a very good baseload power generation, geothermal, because it's very steady. It's not like solar or wind, which is very volatile. No, this is very steady, and this is great for Bitcoin mining. So that should be not a big problem to install some Bitcoin mines behind these geothermal power plants and run it. That's not a big deal. You have this electricity, set up a tent and put the miners in there, and let's go. So I mean, they can go there very fast, which is a great thing. I really like the energy right now in the space because of this El Salvador thing. I mean, this is just insane. We're waiting for this for years now. It's not gonna get easy. We know this. But we will talk about this later. So this is the German power consumption here with all the different kinds of power generation. You can see hydro here. This is blue. We can see biomass here. This is green. We can see nuclear. This is red. We cannot see geothermal because it's very, very small in my country. But you can expect this in a country like El Salvador, maybe like this blue here, the hydro power generation here down here, which is very steady, because geothermal is also very steady, and you can run a very nice full load hours Bitcoin mine there. This is not something new. We have, for example, in Iceland, a lot of geothermal power. I think more than one, up to a few hundred megawatts. I'm not 100% sure about this, but we know that, for example, Genesis Mining is mining there for years, very successful. And we know that Hive Blockchain is the first mine was in Iceland. They bought it from Genesis Mining. Here, electricity provided by geothermal or hydro resources to mitigate our environmental footprint. These 4 megawatts Hive is using there in Iceland. A part of it is from geothermal power. And there's another study here on geoenergy, geothermal and cryptocurrency mining, how both can profit from each other. So this is from 2019. So that's not new, but for El Salvador, this could be a big thing. But guys, with all the excitement right now, there will be a big answer. Not today and not tomorrow. I think it will take some time, because they will wait to answer this, because right now everyone is excited, but it will cool down a little bit. And Plan B says, to better understand next month's events, please study US playbook on unconventional warfare. It's economic warfare instead of following mainstream media. So I hope this will not happen, but I feel like the fight is starting right now with the first country. Hopefully others will follow soon. there are big powers. They don't want to see this, and yeah, that's not going to be easy, and we will have a lot of FUD and stuff happening over there. That's for sure. But yeah, we know this, we can expect this, and we will prepare for this. Okay, so but we have other news. They're not so good. To be honest, I don't know 100% whether this is true or not. On June 9th, the Chinese police took an unfired national action to crack down on the use of cryptocurrency to prevent money laundering for telecom fraud and arrested more than 1,100 people. I mean, this could be also FUD with this 1,100 people. I don't know, but something is going on in China, that's for sure. Miner Daily also said Bitcoin machines are starting to shut down now in Chengdong Data Park in Xinjiang. Shutdowns likely to cause a large pools losing hash rate. So you can see the drops here. So yeah, it's starting there in China, these shutdowns. We don't know exactly. As for example, in Sichuan, I think they're still running these mines there with hydropower. So is it only the coal mines or all the Bitcoin mining? So there's a lot of information, but no one knows for sure what's going on there. Yeah, we will see this on the hash rate. Right now, we can see the 1 month hash rate. It's more or less stable here. So let's go to the 1 year. So we had this big drop here, maybe caused from China there. But since then we are stable. So today I cannot see a big crackdown here, but this data is, yeah, this has to be, it's a little bit lagging. So this could change. But what we have seen in the past, we have also seen big drops, but Bitcoin hash rate already recovered. And I think this will happen here too. I mean, for our mining companies, this is hard for Chinese mining companies, but great for the North American miners or miners in Europe, for example, because they have less competition. That means more Bitcoin. We can see this here. Last difficulty adjustment minus 16%. The estimated in 3 or 4 days is right now approximately minus 1%. So it's going down. Yeah, that's good news for our mining companies. Then we have the Ethereum proof of stake change there from proof of work to complete proof of stake. We are now partly proof of stake with running on the beacon chain. Yeah, and Ethereum founder or one of the founders, Vitalik Buterin, said it will take longer as planned. I mean, they started, I think, Ethereum 2015. They want to have proof of stake in 2016. We have now 2021 and we don't have completely proof of stake. Ethereum is still mining with proof of work using a lot of energy like Bitcoin. So Ethereum is not better right now than Bitcoin in this, if you watch this from this ESG perspective, and it will take longer. I think this is good news for the mining companies. They are mining Ethereum because they can use their GPUs longer to mine Ethereum. On the other side, for the price of Ether, this could be a little bit could keep the price a little bit lower for a while. But we have a lot of other stuff upcoming. For example, the London hard fork in July. I think that will help a lot for Ethereum to rise. I think a lot of stuff coming for Ethereum. So not a big problem for Ethereum. We're waiting for this 5 or 6 years, so we can wait another year. But good for the miners. So a lot of good news here. Yeah, then I want to talk a little bit about this Wyckoff distribution thing, because we have seen this in the last months in Bitcoin. Here is the textbook Wyckoff events and phases of the distribution. So we have 3 peaks. This one here, then the second and the third, which is the high. And then it goes down. Then we have this little up and down here. And then we have the phase E, which is the big sell-off. So remind these 3 tops here with the all-time high here, the last one, and then the big sell-off. I want to show you something on the Bitcoin chart. Let's go to the daily here. I mean, that was a textbook play here. We have 1, 2, and 3 with the all-time high here. And then it should have gone from the Wyckoff distribution schematic, it should have gone down here a little bit, bounce here, and then down. But what we what we saw there. We had this all-time high, and then the China FUD started with crackdown on hash rate and the shutdown in Xinjiang or Inner Mongolia because of this coal mine accident and so on. But what we've seen here was a big bounce here, and maybe that was not expected. So from the Wyckoff schematic here, it should have only bounced a little bit and then the big sell-off, because people think we're now in this bounce here and we will see another sell-off here to 20,000 or so. So maybe, I mean, you can call this a conspiracy theory, all this Wyckoff thing, but sometimes it makes sense to watch these patterns here. I'm not sure about it, but I will tell you what I'm thinking here, what I'm seeing. So maybe this one here is the sideways action, which was a lot higher as it should be. I don't know exactly why. And then we had, I think, the Elon Musk FUD here starting. We had a sell-off here, and then here the Elon Musk FUD started here. I'm not 100% sure, but then we had the big sell-off here. So maybe this was the phase E, and we're now again in this accumulation pattern. Because when we see this here, this guy here, he said, okay, we're running this accumulation pattern, Wyckoff accumulation pattern perfectly here. We can see the Bitcoin price here and the pattern. So this is a lot shorter. It's not 3 or 4 months. So this is only 1 month or something like this. But it fits very well when you have the daily closes here. We have this, and yeah, 1 or 2 days ago we were here. Then yesterday we had this huge drop, so that could have been the spring here, and we're now moving up again. So we are seeing this right now. So maybe we're now in phase C or starting to go in phase D. We will see. It's gonna be interesting, but maybe the worst is over. Who knows? But maybe not. I mean it's Bitcoin. Okay, let's move on. So we have Microstrategy boosts Bitcoin linked junk bond to 500 million. So the mainstream media is so bad. I mean, how they talking about Michael Saylor and his company. This is just insane. But yeah, the good thing is what they're saying here. So Michael Saylor, they wanted to offer like 400 million to buy Bitcoin. He sold 500 million of notes on Tuesday. But the very interesting part is the company received about 1.6 billion in orders for the offering, including interest from a large number of hedge funds, according to people with knowledge and so on. So, I mean, that is very interesting. There is huge institutional interest right now when Bitcoin is down in MicroStrategy stock. And I think I know why. I watched a little bit of this interview here posted from Hut 8. There was an interview with Kevin O'Leary. He mentions Hut 8, which was nice, and some other miners there. And he is saying that the institutions have now one big problem, and that's the ESG sheriff. Whether we like it or not, it is. They're all committed to make these green investments, and yeah, they all signed these letters and so on. And they have this responsibility for the investors. And now they say Bitcoin is bad for the environment, and that's why it's not ESG conform, and that's why we cannot invest in Bitcoin. And I think that's maybe also a part of the big drop, beside the China crackdown there. And in my opinion, that and what Kevin O'Leary also said. But these institutions, they're interested in Bitcoin, and that's what they're doing now. They're buying into companies, they hold Bitcoin. So that's easier for them than to buy Bitcoin directly, is to buy stocks of these companies like MicroStrategy, which is more or less a Bitcoin ETF. You get exposure to Bitcoin. I mean, the stock tracks perfectly the price of Bitcoin. It goes up and it goes down. And he's also talking about Bitcoin miners, that they could also be very interesting if they are ESG compliant, whatever that means. So what I want to say is that there is big institutional interest in Bitcoin, but right now a lot of them are not able to buy Bitcoin because of this ESG FUD about Bitcoin, but they are looking in, they try to buy it. So for me, that means they will come later if these ESG issues are solved, because all these companies will work on this and we will solve this, and they will come. So that means for me, I can buy cheaper right now because the institution cannot enter, and I think that's a very good thing. But that also could mean that the bull run will take longer. We will maybe move slower. But the good thing is that yeah, these institutions are very interested and they want to buy this MicroStrategy stock and maybe other stocks too. And yeah, we will see. Let's move on. Banxa, this crypto exchange, reports record high transaction value. So $600 million dollars in transaction value for 11-month period, and in May, alone in May, it was 127 million. Record day of 9 million transaction value in May. That was maybe the big sell-off. Yeah, that's interesting for exchanges, is that when you have these huge price crashes, they make the most money because there's a lot of trading volume. We can see this here at this day here. That was May 19th with Elon Musk FUD. We had this huge sell-off here, and that's when the exchanges make the most money, because each trade they get, let's say 1% or something like this. Yeah, that's very interesting. So yeah, Banxa, one of these growing crypto exchange stocks here. We have some news from DMG blockchain. DMG blockchain announces a strategic investment in crypto custodian Brain Capital. So Brain Capital, a vertically integrated blockchain and cryptocurrency technology company, is pleased to announce a $3 million strategic investment in Ottawa-based Brain Capital, a leading cryptocurrency and digital asset custodian. Yeah, this is another investment from DMG blockchain. I don't want to go into detail because I don't know a lot of stuff about this company, Brain. But I think DMG blockchain is very interesting because they're vertically integrated. They're not doing only mining. They do a lot of other stuff. And if only one product of them, a software product, for example, this mining pool, if this expands and grows big, I mean, they could have a big advantage to the other companies, because I think in North America, there are not many companies like DMG blockchain. So that's why I'm invested in them. I think they're interesting. Okay, stock is very low right now. Yeah, when I get cash at the end of the month, I will get a huge paycheck at the end of the month because I quit my job. And the good thing is I will get a lot of cash for quitting my job. That's interesting sometimes here, but this is when you have a good contract. Yeah, and I think yeah, I will have some cash to buy some more stocks. We will see. So yeah, maybe the stocks are still down there, but I don't hope so. I would be better to get some stocks to Nasdaq this month, and yeah, to start finally the rise again, because we're waiting now 4 months for recovery. And yeah, it would be good if we finally start to recover here. Okay, the stats here. We have, yeah, very low transaction fees still in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Also, the mining profitability is low, still very low. Yeah, hopefully this picks up very soon. We need some big price movement now to get back up here and to continue the bull run. But I think today was a good day for Bitcoin, and especially this El Salvador thing. I mean, this is adoption. I think the real value from Bitcoin is the network effect and the adoption. And if there is no adoption, if these coins only lie in these treasuries, I think, yeah, it's maybe only this digital gold, what it is right now. But if El Salvador adopts Bitcoin and the Lightning Network successfully there, and it could happen very fast, I mean, this would be a blueprint for other countries to follow, and this would show that Bitcoin is not too slow, it will work, and wow, that would be huge. And I think this could bring Bitcoin to a whole new level. But again, there will be a lot of yeah, fight against Bitcoin and maybe El Salvador from this old world, from this financial institution like the IMF and so on. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. Yeah, but I'm waiting for this for years now, and finally it's there. A country is adopting Bitcoin. I was thinking maybe it's gonna happen in Africa first. What I really like is that it's bottom up. It's not a country like in Europe or North America. So it's one of the poorer countries, of the smaller countries. They see the opportunity, and others will follow this, hopefully. And this is the bottom up movement, which is, in my opinion, sustainable. and more sustainable than these top-down things we often see in this traditional financial world. Okay, guys, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.